Welcome everybody to a 2v2 on Road to Kharkov. This game is going to be Turbosqel and CaptainSPrice versus Chaplain, Kashius, and Tanso. Gonna see double Over Commando West in the bad spawn versus double Soviets in the good spawn. So this game could be pretty even. I think Road to Kharkov has a tendency to favor Over Commando West, but in that spawn might be tough. But it's 2v2, so that helps. So, I don't know, I'm not sure what I think about this matchup. I think double Soviets is hard to beat on every map, but on this map, double OKW, even in the bad spawn, can be pretty tough to crack. And CaptainSPrice certainly knows what he's doing, although he just picked Elite Armor, so that's probably not going to help. And Turbosqel, I'm less familiar with. I recognize the name though. Luftwaffe, Spec Ops, and Breakthrough. Chaplain Kashius has Advanced Warfare, Industry, Shock Rifle, and Tanso has Guard Motor, Industry, and Shock Rifle. So apparently they both really like Industry and Shock Rifle. Be kind of surprised to see either of those though. We'll see. Advanced Warfare and Guard Motor are of course both excellent for the T-3485s. And the first engagements over here on the left side look like they're going pretty okay for the I didn't see an alert, Sedilio, but thank you for hosting me. If you hosted me. Thank you also to Price, who also hosted me. Gonna see some wire going down up here to try and deny some green cover potentially to their opponents from Price. That's something he does pretty much all the time, by the way. It takes a while as OKW to get it actually laid, but got a little bit of time. Over here on the right side, Soviets have grabbed the VP, but are not pushing much beyond that. We are going to see one Tier 1 opening here, plus an M3 after 2 penal battalions, and over here on the left side it's pretty much just pure conscript spam. It seems to be getting held at bay though, pretty reasonably well by Stern Pios and Volksgrenadiers positioned in cover. Doing a pretty good job of bleeding these two squads. Probably force that retreat soon. A few retreats being forced on both sides. Combat Engineers and Penal Battalion moving to support from the north flank right there. Price's Stern Pioneers are positioned to assist. And this squad in the building is falling pretty low pretty quickly. But it looks like the engagement's going to go to the OKW probably. Focus fire on the squad inside the building, not doing quite well enough here, and they're going to be able to push these allied troops back. Gunning quite a few of them down here. Over here on the right side, Volksgrenadiers throw up some green cover on the VP flag to engage against Combat Engineers right there. And these two squads are going to have to pull back to safety. Away from the M3. There's the M3 hitting the field at a very good time, catching 2 squads of Stern Pioneers extremely low. They're both going to be forced to retreat, and I think Price might lose his full squad right here. No Raketten Warfare set up just yet, no mine. And when you see penal battalions, by the way, you really need to get that mine or Raketten Warfare out quick, because the M3 is coming, and that's what happens. So nice pickup right there by Tanso, taking out the Stern Pioneer squad. He will be forced to pull back to safety, away from massed Volksgrenadiers, and it looks like he will be able to get away with that wipe clean.
Position upgrade ready. Scout car. Engineer standing by.
Volksgrenadiers making their way to take back control of the left side. Cut off. The map is pretty much split in half horizontally. Despite that pretty good wipe, here comes the first Raketten Warfare. We're also going to see Tier 2 and Tier 3 from the Over Commando West. Turbosqel going for probably a flak half track. I don't know, he probably would have actually gotten that by now. And CaptainSPrice going just with pretty early retreat point unlock. He had to replace his lost Stern Pioneers, so he's a little bit behind on manpower. He's only got 3 squads out right now after spending that 300 on the retreat point, and another 320 on Stern Pios is a pretty big chunk of manpower he had to spend just to catch back up. Raketten Warfare positioned right here. And just a couple conscript squads over here on the left side, trying to engage against Volksgrenadiers and get vision for the advancing M3s. There's now 2, both with flamethrowers positioned inside. Raketten Warfare is well positioned for this Raketten Warfare. Ooh, doesn't take a shot. Not sure what it's doing. I think he even probably could have killed that one if he had fired when he had a chance. Turns to fire on this one instead and nails it. Nice pickup. Most penal battalions inside die, and the squad gets wiped on retreat by Price's Sternpyos. So pretty good engagement, actually, for the Axis, who lost no full squads as far as I can tell, and did wipe both an M3 and the penal battalion inside. So despite a kind of funky Rick-Hettenwerfer maneuver during that, all's well that ends well. M3 goes down, but over here, meanwhile, 2 squads of combat engineers taking control of this territory unopposed, and we're also going to see a fuel cache going up here to try and boost Soviet fuel advantage here in the early game, where possible. As far as victory points, 484 to 442, not a particularly urgent situation for either team yet. Volksgrenadiers move to push away the combat engineers here in the north. And tier 4 structure going up right here in the road. M3 trying to work on this clump of infantry a little bit, not having a whole lot of success though. Should probably try and pull that back to safety. I think Price might have even been able to kill that with a sandbag ghost or something if he had tried. It's being very lazy about kiting though. Get out of there. There it goes. Wow, Stern Pioneers do get wiped. Overzealous and trying to chase, probably a flame crit involved as well. So, wow. I guess that was not lazy micro, but just very, very good baiting. A fine line between those two things. Nice bait. Stern Pioneers go down. Captain Price really wanted to kill that thing. Infiltration grenades right here. So Turbosqel has chosen Spec Ops, and will win that engagement with them. Nice spread on those grenades. Wipes one squad, forces a retreat from the other. This squad of Stern Pioneers barely gets away. Man, so many Stern Pioneer squads this game getting focus fired to death. Feel bad for them. 2 of Price's Stern Pioneer squads have died, and Turbosqel has come extremely close to losing his squad at least twice. Double Rick-Hettenwerfer on the field to protect from that M3. And tier 3 is up here for Tanso. Chaplain Kashius not teching. He may not intend to tech at all this game. Just going straight for guard motor T-3485s instead. Yes, I have slept, Susie. I just woke up. So I feel good. Everything is fine. Demo charge right there. Another demo charge somewhere. I thought I saw 2. Maybe not. Am I mistaken about that? I heard 1 explode just now. Where was it? There it was, on the house. Was there anything inside? I don't think so. I think that Rick-Hettenwerfer shot it or something. So that's good. 1 demo charge neutralized. In fact, both demo charges neutralized, although that one took the Volksgrenadier squad, from what I can tell, so. Either way, the Axis definitely have the fear of demo charges put in them. M3's gonna get away by a tiny sliver again. Obersoldaten working on that penal battalion should be able to force that retreat, but not before they inflict huge damage to the Volksgrenadiers right there. Rick-Hettenwerfers are set up for this T-70. Couple shots fired, 1 shot misses, 1 connects. What is that T-70 doing? Oh my god, 2 of 3 shots have missed that T-70. 3 of 4 shots. 4 of 5 shots miss that T-70, and then it makes a miracle escape. That is an incredibly lucky T-70, and a horrible maneuvering or bad thing right there, but at least it gets away. 4 out of 5 Rick-Hettenwerfer shots just hit nothing. Wow. That's got to be a little frustrating. Maybe that was attack ground, not actually targeted fire. Repair station up here for Tanso, who has gone industry. So industry locked in, no turning back now. Industry and guard motor means there's going to be a lot of Soviet armor on the field. Meanwhile, Price is, I guess, waiting for his call-ins. That's going to take quite some time. Stalling on just Obersoldaten spam. He's going with 3 squads of Obersoldaten to try and keep up with conscripts. That's going to be expensive, but with 3 on the field, once they're all upgraded with LMGs, if he just blobs them, he can probably laser down conscripts pretty fast. He's going to, of course, have to be careful of all vehicles, though. T-70 and then whatever else the industry player starts fielding in huge quantities will be a very serious problem. that his teammates Rakettenwerfers are going to have to solve, I guess. Meanwhile, by the way, Turbosqel went Tier 3 and has had fuel transfer active all game, but did not purchase any Tier 3 units. Interesting to see him just go Tier 3, locked in fuel transfer, and then go straight to Tier 4 and start fielding Obers and Volksgrenadiers and Stern Pioneers. Just trying to use fuel transfer to hasten his transition to late game units, I suspect. Over here, the T-70 is forcing away those Stern Pioneers. It looks like everything's going to be forced retreat, but the Tier 4 structure will create a very safe area against the T-70. T-34 is a little more chunky, but the T-70 definitely cannot advance under Tier 4 fire. Currently it's just moving through and destroying some cover, trying to go for a crush maneuver on Price's Obers over here. It's taking mild damage from those Tier 4 shots. Looks like it's going to get away. These Volksgrenadiers have to retreat from that, advancing into 3 as well. Soviets continue to box the Oberkommando West players in while they slowly make their way towards their own armor. Which is, I don't know, going to be a little late, I think. CaptainSPrice probably has no chance of making it to his call-ins this game. Probably going to see Jagdpanzer from him and Turbosqel. I think might be trying to go for Panther, but it's going to take a while to get that out too. Still 75 more fuel to go, and they're struggling just to get control of their fuel point right here. And this is just asking to explode on a demo charge. If that blob of Obers walks over a demo charge, that's probably going to be GG. Price doesn't even have a Minesweeper. Might be looking at another wipe over here. Price standing right on the edge of the capture circle, probably intentionally. Rakettenwerfer's moving to support against the T-34s over here. There goes the demo charge. Fortunately, the squad does not get wiped. They're trying to stick around and keep capping. The Rakettenwerfer's struggling to get in range a little bit. IR STGs upgraded on these Obersoldaten will maybe make them a little bit more effective in close range, plus supported by Stern Pios. Clearly, Turbosqel's blob is a lot healthier than Price's right now, taking a lot less bleed over the course of this game. He didn't build a retreat point, and he hasn't lost any Stern Pioneer squads. Price has lost 2 Stern Pioneer squads, so you can definitely see the size difference in these two armies as a result. Flamethrower gets caught by all of this close-range infantry. Will get away, though, without getting wiped. A Minesweeper in the blob will spot that mine. Should probably try and get that cleaned up if possible. There's another mine right there in the retreat path that those SCG Obers are very close to. Laser beaming all these conscripts and team weapons down pretty quick. That squad had to retreat. This one will be next, although with their PPSHs they actually win that engagement against the Obersoldaten there. And fortunately, the Minesweeper will retreat over that mine, provide vision of it, so nothing's going to explode on that on the retreat out of here. It looks like one Volksgrenadier squad's going to go down, but other than that, no serious losses. I don't think any Soviet squads got wiped either. The territory didn't change hands, so just a lot of manpower bleed on both sides. Not really sure who came out on top of that engagement. T-34 and T-70 will... Oh, actually, they did harass the cutoff briefly, though, so that's something. That is definitely a minor victory, especially against industry. You're going to see Tier 4 going up here for... Oh, wait, that's not guard motor, that's advanced warfare. Why did I think that was guard motor? I don't know. So Tier 4 going up here from the advanced warfare player, and then Tanso has 250 fuel. Must be struggling for manpower a little bit, though. Not really getting those tanks out as quickly as I would expect. A couple repair stations down back here. Two repair stations. One M3, one T-70, one T-34 needs to start getting more tanks out. Oh, a T-34 died right there. Okay. That explains it. Rakettenwerfers must have found an opportunity on it. Rakettenwerfer fires at the T-70 right there. This T-34 trying to circle strafe will get caught by the second Rakettenwerfer. Now it's having pathing difficulties because the Raket Warper's in its way. It's falling dangerously low. Pretty significant possibility of it going down. Oh, that Raket Warper got cleared. This M3 got inside the Tier 4's arc of fire, though, and goes down pretty quickly, plus small arms fire. High explosive barrage prompts a retreat. This Raket Warper's up to Vet 2. Hopefully the OKW will be able to preserve that weapon because it becomes a lot more useful as it vets up. This T-34 did get away, unfortunately, by a tiny sliver, and a giant force of allied infantry is making its way up the center equipped with PPSHs and supported by a Maxim and field gun here, so these ogres are probably going to lose that. Got suppressed pretty much immediately. That squad almost gets wiped. This one gets suppressed. Everything forced to retreat right there. Pretty bad engagement for those ogres. Lots of manpower bleed to accomplish basically nothing. Oh, the Vet 2 Raket Warper did get cleared, but finally Price's Jagdpanzer is here. Should be able to snipe that T-70. It's trying to get around the hedge. Nope, doesn't make it. T-70 will go down. Here comes another blob from Price of ogres. 3 LMG equipped ogres against all these PPSH conscripts. Should have no problem winning against them at range, although he's got to try and laser beam that Maxim down. Wow, even in green cover that went down so easy. That high explosive barrage, however, is going to force the whole blob to retreat. Not a very expensive retreat, though, with the retreat point is right. Oh, he actually has 4 squads of ogres. Wow, that is a lot of ogres. Alright. Jagdpanzer's going to look for another opportunity against this T-34 right here. Maybe try and preserve those Raketenwerfers. Jagdpanzer just activated heat rounds. Oh, and a Command Panther just hit the field. Command Panther plus heat rounds on that T-34. It does go down. A field gun moves up to try and punish some of these vehicles, and a Raketenwerfer will get stolen, so both of these need to pull back to safety away from that engagement, but they do take a T-34 with them, so all in all it was a pretty good engagement as long as they can get their units to safety, which they should have no problem. Look at this overblob. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen so many overs in one place. Oh my god, the carnage. We've reached critical mass. Everything getting gunned down so hard. Industry player not looking too good. Drops all of his remaining resources on a KV-2. His infantry army is quite small. Meanwhile, Advanced Warfare player has a pretty small force too. Su-85, the small corps of infantry. And a Katyusha on the way, so I'm going pretty hard into Tier 4 rather than spamming the 485s. Which is fair enough. He does have the CPs to bring those in now, though. Probably start seeing more T-34s from this point forward. KV-2 gets a pretty good opening shot on these. Oh, whoops. Wrong overlay. Thanks, Price. Command Panther moves up, activates concentrated fire on the KV-2. Jagdpanzer trying to take shots from a distance. Wow, that Command Panther started going down so quick to KV-2 Raketenwerfer and Su-85 fire. That's going to have to pull back for repairs. Jagdpanzer hits Vet 1, and we'll throw camouflage on to try and maybe sneak up and take further shots at that KV-2. It's dangerous to attempt, though, with all this stuff right here. Activates heat rounds with camouflage bonus, gets a pretty decent amount of damage off. Gonna stick around for one more shot, which does not connect, and now he has no choice but to pull back to safety. Gets one lucky bounce, also takes engine damage right there though. But Su-85 is not chasing. Looks like it should be able to get to safety just fine. Soldat and Blob over here has reconstituted itself, making their way across the right side. Meanwhile, a couple squads over here on the left trying to get victory point and munitions control. They will do so uncountered for now. Very dangerous to blob down this road with a KV-2 on the field, by the way. I think that's a very good idea. There could so easily be a demo charge right there. God, Price is so asking for it this game. KV-2 moves up to take a shot of the blob, does not quite connect. The Jagdpanzer's been fully repaired. Here on the left side, Folks Grenadiers are getting killed by infantry. Flame critted to death right there. Oh, and Stern Pioneer Squad will be forced to retreat. Whoa, what happened there? I think that hit a mine. Engine destroyed. Fortunately, it's pretty far back. I don't know if the Allies are going to be able to kill that or punish that. There is a Katyusha on the field now, though. Pretty decent chance of heavily damaging the repairing squad if it were to fire. Fortunately, it's just sitting back here, though. A little slow to get that to the front line and get it firing. I'm not sure if he realizes that that has completed. It hasn't fired yet at all. And it's going to spend its first barrage firing at these Obersoldaten, which will retreat immediately upon hearing the sound. So, good reaction. Katyusha barrage will not hit anything. Jagdpanzer moves up through the center to take a shot. Lands one, takes another at the KV-2 with coordinated fire from the Command Panther. That's actually going down pretty fast. I don't know if it's going to react at all. Has he even noticed that this is happening? Oh, it's going down so quick. He got two lucky bounces right there, trying to pull it back to safety now. T-34 moving up to try and save the day. Panther takes one last shot. He's not going to disengage. One more. Can't stick around any further. Has to pull back away from the threat of Su-85 plus Raketenwerfer fire. There's coordinated fire activated on the Su-85 right there, which now has to try and pull back away from the Jagdpanzer, which is dangerously close to going over that mine. Lucky main gun destroyed crit right there. Gives that Su-85 a second opportunity. That Jagdpanzer is doing some serious damage, though, with the aid of coordinated fire from his teammates Command Panther. His damage is significantly increased. Now that he's Vet 3, I think. No. Vet 4? Vet 5? Yeah, Vet 5 is where he gets the damage boost from camo, so that's pretty hard to get up to. So I'm pretty sure the only way to boost the Jagdpanzer's damage is with the coordinated fire ability right now. Once it gets to Vet 5, the camo bonus will help. And I'm pretty sure heat rounds don't give any damage bonus, but they do give increased penetration, which can help against big targets like the KV-2. Su-85 and T-34-85 heading left. Obersoldaten will be forced to retreat. From that, T-34-76 peeking center. KV-2 is set up pretty far back in artillery mode to try and maybe hit this blob of Obers, which is just going to pull back to defend a little defensively. Command Panther takes a shot at the T-34. Jagdpanzer is up at Vet 3. Hasn't really done much yet. With a Vet 1 Command Panther nearby, I still don't actually know what the Command Panther bonuses really are. Movement, speed, and sight. Alright, well that's pretty good for a Jagdpanzer. Pretty deadly combo. There's coordinated fire activated on that T-34, and those two shots make it go down so quick. Look at that. 3-shotted by these two vehicles with coordinated fire active. How much is that ability anyway? 35 munitions. This is pretty cheap. That is pretty cheap. Jagdpanzer going in hard on the Su-85, which makes a very late reaction. Now that it's Vet 4, that rate of fire is huge. It gets another main gun destroyed, lucky crits, though, fortunately. So it looks like it's going to get a third chance that it normally would not have gotten. Command Panther comes dangerously low right there to KV-2 fire. T-34 is going to go for the ram. Oh! Command Panther will go down thanks to that ramming T-34. Katyusha barrage coming in the area too, apparently, is going to again not hit anything. Katyusha's been quite off target this game. I can't believe that this blob has not been punished by that thing yet. It's been on the field for a while and it has 0 kills. Really needs to try and aim that a little better, although they will hit a mine here. 1 model killed, no big deal. Su-85 moves up to work on the Tier 4 structure. Infiltration grenade tossed from those overs to try and bleed these advancing troops. Neither of those Grenade usages did that much, and it looks like these Obers are going to have to retreat here. The tier 4 does go down. No more Obersoldaten production will be possible. Over here on the right side, KV-2 firing over the forest, dealing minor damage to units in the area. Combat engineers will steal another Raketenwerfer. Vet 4 Jagdpanzer moves to engage against the T-34 right there, activates heat rounds, which I don't think does anything, by the way, against T-34. Except for maybe make the shots miss repeatedly. Because I don't think it's possible for Jagdpanzer shots to bounce against the T-34-76, so I think that was just wasted munitions.
All complete.
Although the tooltip does say it also increases range. I don't know if that's actually true though. I know the tooltip says that, but I'm not sure I'm convinced. Ooh, Lucky Flame Burst over here. Jagdpanzer taking pretty heavy damage, needs to pull back away from that KV-2. Set up an artillery mode back here. It's got 17 kills. Wow, apparently it's performing pretty okay. Axis are going to have to find some way to deal with that thing. And they're probably not going to be able to keep up with this bleed. Then again, they are against industry, so Tanso has lots of bleed of his own just because he picked industry. Obersoldaten will be forced to retreat. Obersoldaten moving up over here on the right side. Minor damage to T-34s. KV-2 firing over the trees. Jagdpanzer moves up to try and hunt that T-34 down. Gets 2 shots off. KV-2 shot connects over the forest. Jagdpanzer will pull back for repairs again. Katyusha's going to try and force the retreat over here on the right side. Looks like that might be a little bit off target again, though. Unfortunately. Stolen Raketenwerfer making an attempt for the center VP. Currently it's 250 to 250, so the game's pretty much dead even for VPs. Over here on the left side, Soviets have broken through. There's currently no units left to defend over there. And taking the center is clearly extremely dangerous with that KV-2 camping that spot. Oh, that was a nasty shot. Wipes the Sturms. Oh, Price, please spread out a little. Oh, that was close. Satchel charge toss too, apparently. Oh my god. So many shots come so close to just catastrophic, irreparable damage. There it is. I knew that was coming. I knew that was going to happen. Another squad. Another squad. Oh, Jesus. KV-2 has got to be destroyed. T-34 goes down to something. I missed it. I think it just got one-shotted by that Jagdpanzer. Wow, the game is becoming so lethal on both sides. Demo charge on the VP to make it even more dangerous to try and capture. Does this thing have a higher rate of fire now, Vet 2 or something? I don't know. I feel like it's just constant artillery saturation. Infiltration grenades on the demo charge will neutralize it. Nicely picked up right there. Wow, Jagdpanzer gets a huge hit off on that T-34 from camouflage. Has to desperately pull back to safety. Will get clear just in the nick of time. In that instance, I wish he had used heat rounds because I would have liked to see if maybe he actually got the range increase, because I still am not sure what the range increase is on that. STG overs get into close range on the conscripts right there, and will wipe that squad. Another Obersoldaten squad wiped by the KV-2 behind the trees. Jagdpanzer pops camouflage and is going to try and sneak up and pick something off here. Making its way forward to maybe do something about this KV-2. Obersoldaten moving up to provide vision, get inside of its minimum range. And the Jagdpanzer just one-shotted that Katyusha. Didn't even see that Katyusha right there, and is now pulling back to safety. KV-2 leaves artillery mode, takes a point-blank shot at the Obers right there, but they are going to get away. Another Jagdpanzer on the field here for CaptainSPrice. Turbosqel is actually only 10 fuel now away from his next Command Panther, which without a tier 4 structure, I assume that's the route he's going to go, unless he's going to try and make it all the way to King Tiger, which might be difficult. But he has built all 3 tiers, so he's actually not that far. I probably wouldn't blame him for either one of those. Wow, that damage though! 2-shot at an Su-85 on the left. That had full health, I think. My God, that is devastating. That Vet 5 camouflage bonus is ridiculous. Still, squads are taking massive damage as they attempt to take control of the center victory point. Mine in the road right there will wipe those Stern Pioneers in addition to KV-2 fire. I guess this SWS is just trying to provide vision. Or just suiciding. I don't know. There's the new Command Panther for Turbosqel. Moving up to maybe try and put pressure on this thing to retreat. Its flank is still protected by this now Vet 3 Raketenwerfer apparently. And here comes the Vet 5 Yagd.
Dispatching alternate command truck now.
Heat rounds activated. It will be taking a shot from camouflage. Oh my God! Did you see that damage? It does also have coordinated fire active on it from the Command Panther. Wow. That is insane how much damage that just did. That very nearly one-shotted that. Vet 5, heat rounds, point blank range, camo bonus plus coordinated fire, almost enough to one-shot a KV-2. That is insane. So much burst damage right there. And the KV-2 will finally go down, and that will help the Axis get control of this battlefield a lot more easily. Fresh Katyusha on the field, and there's a fresh KV-2 on the field as well, so the Axis are going to have to destroy that one as well. More defensive mines being placed right here to try and punish that Jagdpanzer for making that maneuver twice. Over here on the left side, STG Obersoldaten moving up will force a few retreats from PPSH-equipped conscripts. They're starting to vet up quite nicely as well, by the way. Vet 2 and 3 on these 2 squads is going to make them very scary as the game progresses. Look how quick that squad just went down. Oh, laser beam so hard. Command Panther moves up to try and help in this engagement, maybe crush some stuff. He must not think that there's any anti-tank over here. There kind of is though. T-34 and field gun. Fortunately, they did not move up to punish that Jagdpanzer for exposing its rear armor right there with that crush maneuver. Panther pulling back for repairs. Price is currently at 5 squads of Obersoldaten, so despite the fact that that KV-2 has been just blasting him all game long. I saw 2 squads get one-shotted earlier. So what is that? 5 of his original 7? Or maybe 8? Okay, yeah, of 7. That's a lot of ogres. Meanwhile, 2 of 4 for Turbosqel. So they've made a combined 11 squads of Obersoldaten. That's a lot of manpower. Although, even with 7 squads of Obersoldaten produced, Price has 1,500 manpower floating right now. So I think maybe he could get out a couple Raketenwerfers or maybe a couple squad of Volksgrenadiers to maybe build sandbags or something. He's got some options. He's got a lot of manpower floating. He should definitely spend that on something, but his core of 5 Obers plus 2 Jagdpanzers is pretty much capable of taking on any target. It's just a matter of how much damage he'll take in return from the KV-2 plus Katyusha. Katyusha bombarding the center, softening everything up here. Few squads of infantry moving up to try to hold this line. The 2 Obersoldaten squads for Turbosqel are back on the left, trying to take control of this territory. I think this, by the way, really helps illustrate just how crippling industry really is to your own manpower economy. Is that CaptainSPrice is keeping pace with his industry opponent with 1,700 manpower to spare. That would never be possible if it weren't for that huge manpower penalty that the industry player is under right now. Price will have no problem replacing any losses. I'll have no problem fielding whatever manpower base counters he thinks he needs. Looks like the attempt for the left side will fail. There's too much Soviet industry over here. 3 squads of Obersoldaten moving up to take control of the middle right here. Then those 2 squads are going to retreat from heavy KV-2 fire. By the way, if he would just make a couple squads of Volksgrenadiers, he could grind meat in the middle, Volksgrenadier meat instead of Obersoldaten meat, which is like filet mignon getting ground up in here instead of ground beef. It's too expensive. Filet mignon hamburger. It's just a waste of money. They will fail in their attempt. Sturmovik coming down over here, I guess, apparently. It looks like all attempts for the left side are also going to fail. A couple squads of Obersoldaten getting healed and reinforced need to make their way back to the left side. Turbosqel having trouble fielding any further units. His army's looking pretty small. He's not nearly the same manpower situation as Price. 1 squad of Obers set up in yellow cover to defend the right side victory point. Obers moving up to make another attempt for the center VP. This fresh KV-2 is currently up to 11 kills, not doing quite as well as its predecessor yet, but I'd say it has the potential, and they're trying to bait the Axis over a mine. Nice mine sweeping here by Turbosqel to give that Vet-5 Jagdpanzer a clear path towards the KV-2. Here it comes. Mines are currently cleared. Wow, that Vet-5 camo shot just did over half of that thing's health. Second shot bounces. Oh, and the minesweeper got too far away from this mine and it detonated underneath the Jagdpanzer. PBSH has wiped the Sturm Pioneer Squad too, and it looks like that push is going to fail. Very, very close to destroying that KV-2 right there, but it'll get repaired. Should be fine. Conscripts moving up over here on the right side to get control of this victory point. We'll push away that squad of Obers. How many kills does the last KV-2 have? I think it had around 30 at the point when it was destroyed. This one is up to 11. And 30 Obers is a pretty healthy amount, but as you can see, Price has no issue keeping his manpower up. He has not replaced any losses, by the way. He had 5 Obers, he's down to a core of 3 Obers. Now he's down to 2. I think he should probably definitely start replacing some of those losses now. Not sure what he's waiting for. T-34 is moving up over here on the left side, supported by another KV-2. We'll have no problem pushing everything over here away. Even with 2 KV-2s on the field, Tanso still floating fuel. Just not enough early game float from Tanso this game, I guess. He cannot keep up with his own fuel economy. Manpower drain is too crippling. Thanks for the follow, Volpness. Gonna throw out 3 squads of Obers and a Stuka. Guess Price just didn't know what he wanted. Just gonna make more Obers and a Stuka. Spamming them pretty hard. Stuka should help against all the stolen Raketenwerfers and field guns and what few team weapons remain. Whoa! That KV-2 just exposed itself to a Vet-5 Jagdpanzer plus coordinated fire. Should not have peeked. Not sure if it's gonna get away or not. Command Panther will chase over mines. There's the final shot. Maybe worth it. Worth it if this thing gets away. 2 T-34s are on their way to punish, though. Not sure if it's going to. Plus KV-2 firing at it from over the forest. I think there's a decent chance of this being destroyed. I thought these were on their way to punish. Apparently not. They're probably too scared of the Vet-5 Jagdpanzer to move beyond the center, since it can almost one-shot them. Demo charge in the center point could wipe these Obers, though. Almost, not quite. squad will stick around in the green cover and try and get this point captured. It's going to stay in motion and try and minimize the possibility of that KV-2 wiping it. Stuka just bombarded straight down this central alleyway, not to kill units, but to sweep mines. I'm pretty sure they just used that as a massive minesweeper that will clear all mines in this corridor and make it quite possible for Price to advance and destroy that KV-2. Maybe that's the reason he bought this Stuka. That's kind of a good idea, actually. I like that. Because sweeping mines is very difficult as Over Commando West, but the Stuka makes for a pretty good mine clearing device, I would say. Clear a giant swath of territory all in one go. Vet 5 Jagdpanzer one-shots the T-34 over here on the right side, or one volleys, I should say, with Rakettenwerfer for support. Another demo charge on the left side victory point. Couple squads reinforcing, retreating, healing. Price's manpower float is down. Turbosqel is now the one floating a little bit. You could probably field a few more squads of infantry or something. Rakettenwerfer does hit a mine advancing down that avenue. There's currently one KV-2 left alive right now. This one got destroyed a while ago. He's still waiting for the manpower for a fourth one. And it's going to take him a very long time to get that manpower together. He's basically using nothing but combat engineers and KV-2s at this stage of the game. He's rotating this one left so that it'll be protected by these mines. A few fresh mines have been planted right here by these combat engineers as well in the aftermath of that Stuka barrage. Those Vet 5 Obers are just so deadly. Look how much damage they're doing to all infantry in this area. Look how fast everything dies. There's barely time to react and retreat on that. And this is post-nerf. Obersoldaten hit a mine right there. They'll finally be forced to retreat after forcing like 6 squads to retreat in return. That LMG, no, don't lose that. That would be such a shame to lose. Gets away by a sliver. Another Sturmovik strike. I don't know why he keeps calling it Sturmovik strikes on Panthers, like that's gonna do something. Even if it landed perfectly, it would be like an 1/8 of its HP. Stuka bombardment coming in again to clear this avenue. We'll detonate the one mine here. I don't think there's any others. That will clear the way for the Jagdpanzer. Kind of like this. I kind of like this this Stuka minesweeping tactic from Price. Price has a lot of fun little tactics that other people tend not to use. That damage though, look at that. Coordinated fire plus, wow. Vet 5 camo shot is so much damage, and one volley is sufficient to kill a KV-2 if both of these vehicles land their shot. Also, notice that coordinated fire doesn't require line of sight. I didn't know that, but now I do. That Command Panther was like right there. It was still able to use coordinated fire through this forest. Which I don't know why that would require line of sight, but fun fact, I guess. T-34 is making a big flank. Oh, that may have been a mistake. Vet 5 Jagdpanzer's on the hunt. I think there is a very real possibility of that Jagdpanzer killing all of these tanks. Oh no, they're making a heel face turn. They should have reversed. I'm pretty sure these are all gonna get destroyed. Wow, that BMGG though. That BMGG. Not that it's inaccurate. All T-34s destroyed right there. Tanso drops. So he doesn't have anything left, by the way. Just his combat engineers. Is he really making a penal battalion? With 300 fuel float? I mean, I guess as industry you eventually feel it. Oh, that's because he dropped, and now the AI is just like, oh, I'm gonna make penal battalions. Meanwhile, Chaplain Kashius has 2 Katyushas, which, by the way, Katyushas had a bizarrely minor impact this game. 2 kills combined on 2 Katyushas is terrible. He really needs to tighten up his Katyusha usage. Not that hard of a unit to like get decent kill counts on either, especially not on this map. I mean, there's a battle group headquarters with a retreat point right there. How hard could it be to get more than 2 kills? I think he could have done a little bit better with those units this game. Although the Jagdpanzer was a very present threat. Maybe it was just too scared to move up into an aggressive location. I don't know. Everything getting wiped by Obersoldaten here.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad. The sector is at risk.
Oversoldaten don't want to stick around for this engagement any longer against PPSH's Flamethrower and MG34, but they inflict massive casualties before being forced to retreat. Stuka Barrage coming in somewhere over here on the right side, I guess. I think maybe he cleared another avenue of approach. And Chaplain knows he cannot survive the remainder of this game. There's pretty much nothing he can do. Oh, the Stuka Barrage was back here and it killed a Katyusha, bringing Chaplain down to only 3 squads remaining. Conscripts, Combat Engineers, and this Katyusha right here. So yeah, there was definitely no way this game was going to be recoverable. And I think that this was a pretty textbook example of industry just falling off in the late game. If those KV-2s don't survive pretty much for the whole game, if you take even moderately significant armored losses as industry, you pretty much just can't do anything. And this also showed off a pretty devastating combo of elite armor combined with spec ops. I don't think actually elite armor really did anything this game. I think that Vet 5 Jagdpanzer would have done just as well without heat rounds. The penetration is nice, but I mean, you know, that's the damage is the main thing from coordinated fire. Coordinated fire on that Command Panther really shined this game, and of course a Vet 5 Jagdpanzer with the camo bonus is devastating. So that was pretty cool. Not easy to get to a Vet 5 Jagdpanzer, by the way. I mean, yeah, once it's Vet 5, it's ridiculously powerful, but getting it there is a whole nother story. So well played by Price, well played by all players. GG, Axis wins.